Yo, that is a specimen right there.
This moment of mushrooms is a moment of introduction into cultural normalcy. We're becoming a myco-literate human race globally.
That speckled egg is just gorgeous.
Information is accelerating, so any information that's available is available everywhere.
Crazy.
This mushroom's medicinal, this mushroom can help remediate toxins in the environment. There's mushrooms that are beneficial for sex drive.
This is the vulva here.
All of these things are gonna show more benefit when more people understand and more people aren't afraid. More people just know.
Oh, so wet. Beautiful. Oh, the egg is just full of water. All right, guys, we're in the Philadelphia airport.
I am a multidisciplinary citizen scientist that resides in New Cumberland, Pennsylvania with this lovely lady, Lydia.
Hey, baby, you want to see what's up?
We're heading to Puerto Rico on a mushroom foraging expedition.
We just got through TSA, and as I suspected, they went through my bag. This time I didn't have any mushrooms, but I did have all sorts of scientific gear.
A citizen scientist is an individual that takes it upon themselves on their own in their home or with the community in a community space to do science to benefit their community or all of humanity.
Got the igloo full of all the DNA gear.
There are so many mushrooms all around the world that haven't been discovered or described at all. And it's one of the most exciting things about mycology right now.
Puerto Rico is the perfect place to find them because the biodiversity and the ecology is made up of plants from all around the world and all of the mushrooms associated with them.
While I was in high school, I couldn't afford to travel or go anywhere. I'd never even seen mushrooms before. Like maybe in food on a pizza or something like that, but never in the wild, never in the grass, nothing.
All right, guys, we're on the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Puerto Rico, where the local time is 1:47 p.m. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and carry on items stolen.
While I was in high school, I was introduced to an interesting mushroom, and I ate those mushrooms, and those mushrooms introduced me to some intelligence. The messages that came out of that experience was one of being close to the source, what I was consuming. I was a rapper before, like I never even went on a hike until I was 18. I fell in love with mushrooms. Not just psychedelic mushrooms, but edible mushrooms. If you're doing any kind of organic agriculture, which was how I started, mushrooms just pop up out of the ground. And I was like, what? This is awesome. I would have never thought that I would even think about mushrooms like that. You know, I asked the Oracle, Google, and she told me all the things I needed to know. And then I utilized that information to start growing my own mushrooms. I literally started by growing on cardboard and coffee grounds because I couldn't afford anything else. I started with $5 sawdust, and I couldn't afford racks to put my mushrooms on. I hung them from strings off the ceiling. And then I took the mushrooms and I sold them. I incorporated Mycosymbiotics as an LLC, and I put the money back into the business and back into the business and kept working until, you know, there was something to show for it. Here we are in 2021 and mushrooms are exploding.
Hey. Yeah, we're getting ready, planning out everything for this week for filming out here in the rainforest, looking for mushrooms and stuff. House here is beautiful, overlooking the rainforest. We can see the ocean from the balcony here, and I don't think I could be any happier, really.
Isn't that amazing? That is so awesome. We are so glad.
This is what I've been wanting. I've been like trying to escape all the mundane shit so that I can spend my life doing this.
You ever see me out here walking in the early morning before we cracking coconuts?
Anthony Basil Rodriguez is a crazy guy I found through YouTube, and he's an incredible videographer. He's an incredible botanical scientist. Man's is amazing with the machete.
You're lowering the mountaintops, or what's the deal with that?
We're gonna visit a river, and then we're gonna go hike all the way up into a mountain. So we're gonna go through 3 different ecotypes. And you probably know more about the trees than I do.
I'll bring a couple of cameras.
We're entering El Yunque National Rainforest.
Here, this would be beautiful to shoot.
It's raining up here.
You see that? Like,
Filming and being on my phone and creating content is so important to me because it saved my life. And I want to make sure that there's as much of it in as many different places as it could possibly be, because you never know where somebody's looking or what somebody's on the internet. And if you can hit them with good content to lead them down something that may be beneficial for their lives or the people around them, I don't know what else I could be spending my time doing that would be more beneficial. Rainforest, frog of Puerto Rico, the coqui is everywhere. We hear all these amazing tree frogs, all these amazing birds, and Wesley's here to capture this whole crazy new soundscape that we're getting into. Bring it all together.
At the end of the day, we might find something new, or we might be able to contribute to science in a way that's meaningful for somebody. It's always meaningful for us because, we're out here having a great time. So I'm super excited to get out there with the team and maybe yield some scientific data. All right, guys, we got our first rainforest mushroom, and we have some Lady Porous. It's like pattern recognition. I'm like looking and seeing a lot of the same until I see something that doesn't look the same at all. Like if one of the little lights on your LED screen is off. That's what I'm looking for in my eyes. And usually it's like a lot of greens and browns, and then there'll just be like a white, and it's usually like a cordyceps.
Yeah, it's a banana. Native to Northeast India, but it seems like it's going all around here, It's astringent.
What we have here, Psilocybe caerulescens, but it's growing just right here in this landslide soil. The gills are so pretty. It's got that nice little brown umbo. You can see it's bruising blue from where I was even touching it. We're gonna take this one back to look at the spores under the microscope and get some DNA off of this one. Maybe send this one off to places where it's legal. We can see this mountain ridge here, and then there's another ridge there, and you can tell there's a valley coming down in between. And usually the valleys are shaped by where the water's flowing, and it's gonna be cooler where the water's moving because of the air current and everything like that. So that's exactly where we want to put ourselves to find the mushrooms that we want to find.
My biggest fear is getting my freedoms taken away from me. I've experienced it and it was very scary. I've swam in the ocean, been confined in caves, stuck my arms in holes. It was like all sorts of weird, crazy stuff.
When I'm in the forest or on a foray with my friends, I feel the deepest sense of peace and freedom.
I'm gonna just give it a nice little twirl. Seems appropriate.
Let's process a couple samples into some DNA.
I'm about to put some extraction solution into the tubes. This is a solution that helps to break the DNA out of the cells of the mushrooms. It's insane that this is possible to be doing in remote locations. It's insane to be able to do this in the jungle or outside of a laboratory. Modern science. All right, so I'm gonna take these cordyceps, what I believe to be the Iceria, and start checking some of the microscopic features.
Whoa! It is a mushroom on the little palm fruits. It's an ascomycete. Look at all these spores. It's crazy.
But yeah, these are individual spores germinate. 2 of them together turn into mycelium, capable of growing a mushroom.
Mushrooms make love.
Hopefully the data and samples gathered on this expedition will add a couple pieces to the larger picture of mycological information and be a benefit to humanity. And hopefully documenting our journey will inspire others, even if only to explore the wonders growing in their own backyards. There's so much to be found everywhere. It's amazing out there.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. Whoa. This is probably the beach that we're seeing from our cabin up in the mountains. Yeah. Water's so warm. Isn't it so warm? That's crazy.
I conceptualize mushrooms as the hooked on phonics of ecological literacy. When you're so excited to go out there and find that one mushroom, you have to learn so many other things that you don't even realize along the way that you've learned.
I mean, you can see the nice pink gills on the bottom. And this is edible.
And that happened to me. I was out there seeking the coolest maitake, reishi, lion's mane, whatever. And to do that, I had to learn about tree species. And to do that, I had to learn about ecological types of forests and mineral compositions in the soil that produce different trees in different environments and how water moves.
Wow. So this is Bolvariella bombacina.
At some point in time, I'm walking through the forest and recognize that I've just become part of this dialogue, and I can go out there and understand this living language that I didn't even know I was a part of.